Hey students, this video that you're about to watch is going to briefly review your map skills, their purpose, and their parts. Make sure you listen carefully and pause when you need to complete your activities. So what is a map? A map is a graphic representation of a place or an area that illustrates the land, the seas, and even space. I'm sure you've seen plenty of different types of maps throughout your years at school, and this year will be no different. There's two types of location, relative location and absolute location. Do you know the difference? Relative location refers to the position of a place based on its location in respect to other locations. So, for example, where does Miss Brown live? Around the corner from Whataburger. Where's work? About 30 minutes down the road. Where are my parents? They live about 3 hours south. Absolute location is when we are finding the exact location where a place exists. We can find this using the longitude and latitude. Absolute location is when we are trying to find the exact location of a place. We have two different ways we can find this. The first way that we can find the absolute location is going to be by using a street address. Think about when somebody asks you for your home address and you give this to them, or you type something into GPS. That is a street address. The other way is to use latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitude lines are imaginary lines that create a grid that goes all around the world. Latitude lines measure the distance north and south of the equator, with the equator being at 0 degrees. This means that you are going to see them represented as horizontal lines, but they are often referred to as parallels. All lines that are above the equator are labeled with an N, and all lines below the equator are labeled with an S. Longitude lines measure distance east and west of the prime meridian, with the prime meridian being at 0 degrees. These are represented with vertical lines known as meridians. All lines west of the prime meridian are labeled with a W, and all lines east of the prime meridian are labeled with an E. They go to 180 degrees, which is exactly halfway around the world from the prime meridian. Now let's talk about three important parts of a map. The first is the compass rose. This must be on every single map that you create and will be on all maps that you look at. It shows or indicates the cardinal directions so that you know which way is which on the map. The next part of a map is a legend. The legend explains the meaning of every symbol on the map. These symbols can be different map to map, but it allows you to know what you are looking at. The final part of a map that we're going to look at is the map scale. This shows the relationship between a measurement on the map and the actual distance on Earth's surface. Why does this matter? Well, on a map, something might look really close. It may only be a centimeter, when in reality, 1 centimeter equals 100 miles. This is important because if we are planning a trip, we are planning to travel, we need to know how far we are actually going. Hopefully this video helped remind you of some of the important parts of a map and how to read them. Make sure that you fill out your Cornell notes next to the video and that you double-click the yellow boxes to put the correct terms in. At the bottom, make sure you complete your summary.